Man, I have always loved philosophy, and I've kind of wanted to incorporate some of it into my channel, so we're just going to jump straight into the ultimate question. What's the meaning of life? So, I probably started asking myself that when I was like 8 or 9 years old. And the story I got from my parents and stuff like that was like, oh, Christianity is the answer, or like you can be whatever you want to be, like that's up to you. And when I was that young, that didn't really make sense to me. I didn't understand it. And so in my search for really what was going on in the world, a couple of years later, when I was about 12, I discovered and subsequently fell into nihilism. And what that is just the belief that nothing you do matters, nothing on the earth matters, that you're completely insignificant, and that there's nothing you can do about life. That's how I took that. And that sent me down a dark, depressing couple of years. And I didn't have anybody to turn to. I didn't have anybody that I could confide that in, that was able to help me see that from a different perspective. Like, no one really took that seriously, I guess. And so I thought that there was just no point to any of it until I was about 14, I want to say. And by this time, people took me a little bit more seriously when I was asking around, just like friends and family and church and stuff. And you always hear that like life's yours to choose. It took years for that to sink in for me, that it's what you want it to be. And that lack of inherent meaning that's not a bad thing. That lack of inherent meaning is the ultimate freedom. That's your free will. That is the part that's, you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you want with life. And when I realized that, and I was able to take that to heart, that was so ultimately freeing. That would have been in the summer of 2020. That's COVID summer. We got out of school in March, so I had nothing to do except like we didn't do classwork past April, so I had months where I would wake up at like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and I would just walk. I would walk miles and miles a day with my headphones in, and just like think about who I was and what I wanted out of life. And really, like, that initial phase of self-discovery was so impactful for me to discover on my own. And because no one will do it for you. Like you can, that's a pretty easy answer, I feel like, oh, it's whatever you want. But until you really find it within yourself to accept that for you, it's just not going to make sense. Like, it didn't make sense for me. And so from there, I was led to, okay, well, like, who am I? Like, what is going to be my meaning if it's whatever I want? And I struggle with that today. I've struggled with that for years and years and years of, who am I and what do I want out of life? So I heard a quote recently. You don't find yourself, you build yourself. You do not find yourself, you build yourself. The answers you're looking for, the person that you become, that's not the destination. That is cultivated over the journey. And what you get at the end of that is the fruit of who you have become. You don't like reach the mountaintop to become a kind person. Reaching the mountaintop isn't, I don't know, whatever you want that to be. That's found along the way. That's from in here. At the peak of this this life, of this destination, wherever you're headed, that's not where you're at. You have to build yourself to get to that eventual point. Because if you could just be dropped off at, oh, hey, I'm a fully actualized human being, I'm exactly who I want to be. If I could snap my fingers and have my ultimate dream life right now, I don't know that I would. Because in my head, it wouldn't mean as much. Because there wouldn't be that gratitude or that sense of importance that comes along with earning that. So your sense of self doesn't come from reaching the destination. It comes from finding yourself along the way and building yourself into the person that you want to be. And I'm still working on that, and I think everybody is. Like, I was talking to my dad today, and he's 47. He doesn't have it figured out. My grandparents are in their 60s. I mean, looking back, they would have done some things differently, but I don't think they have it figured out either. Life doesn't seem to be a puzzle that you're supposed to solve. You can't really win. You can succeed. You can do incredibly well for yourself, but I don't think anybody wins. It's just about doing the best you can and about doing what's best for you. So when somebody asks you, like, what you think the meaning of life is, take that as a real invitation for a sit-down heart-to-heart. Because that means that they're comfortable enough with you to discuss something that's really important. And to shrug your shoulders and kind of like blow that off, it sucks. I've had that happen many times. And I wouldn't want anybody to go through that kind of existential crisis by themselves and find themselves in that position where they don't know what to do. Like, that's hopeless. That's lonely. It sucks. It's not fun. Tell somebody you love them. And go find your own meaning. Do it for you. Don't do it for anybody else. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Bye, guys.